Yes. Pirate Radio, episode 49. And let's begin. No champagne again, just beers, you know what I'm saying? Some Heineken. I was going to get champagne, but fuck it. Leave it for next week. But speaking about this week, so far, seems like the censorship is going to crunch down more. It's going to clamp down more. And we see it. You know what I'm saying? We have internet. We choose not to see it because maybe we would just rely on those famous ass certain news channels that will obviously lie to us. And we still there like an abusive relationship. We got so used to news channels feeding us that now you're out of the loop. Because it's ridiculous what's going on now. It seems like people just don't want to talk about it. Everybody was talking about Trump, right? When it was hot to do it, everybody was doing it. But since they basically control your conversations in a way, now they're basically trying to attack free speech by all means necessary, to the point that even it's becoming a Twilight Zone episode. And this podcast itself is almost becoming a Twilight Zone episode, because it seems like I have to repeat what I'm speaking about week by week. And as of now, it doesn't get more than 5 views tops. But at least that's 5 people who listen. You know, so what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, why they clamping down on free speech? Why they all had a meltdown when it became official that Elon Musk purchased Twitter? And why Twitter, right? Because like Trump can make his own social media app, which he did. I don't know if that's only, I think that is his. And, you know, of course, the beginning of the rollout was just like, we on a waiting list? What the fuck? So what was the whole big deal of like the day of, you know, when the app opened or whatever? I had to wait like almost a month, probably a month though, since I can get to the app. And it was just the echo chamber. It's just the echo chamber of people who think like you. You're preaching to the choir when you post. You're going to have people reply to you, but it's all an echo chamber. Twitter, I think, became what they call a town hall, where everybody's at with different opinions. So it makes sense to purchase Twitter. But now what happens if the liberals, all those people who basically hate America? Because I mean, you would have never thought that free speech would have been a conversation. Like, this shouldn't be a conversation. And yet it is. And even, it's so sad that even, that's why I was saying, like, yo, these people who are on CNN trying to, like, really speak about how Twitter should have more regulations, like more, you know, basically control the speech. And then they use weird ass like examples that make no sense. And it's to the point that's like, yo, are y'all fucking extraterrestrials or some shit? Because do y'all go home and unzip your skin and you are just like a whole full body reptilian or something? They must be the aliens, because how the fuck can you be against freedom of speech? Because they like to use their little examples. Because I even had conversation with people who are, you know, here from New York, and it's just like, God damn, New York has became a liberal city, yo. What happened to the toughness of New York? You would have never thought that. And what they are saying, their rebuttals or their discussions or their debates or, you know, their counters or whatever, is literally counters of the mainstream media. At least Fox is a mainstream media, but damn, it's the only one. It's the only one that says, yo, hold up. You know what I mean? Even though they do have their own little biased agendas, I guess, but I guess it's because we still thinking in teams, which that's all passe. Like, that's all played out. Like, yeah, you know, I fuck with Trump, yada yada, but that whole Democrat and Republican shit is getting played out, man, because it's getting too serious. You think I'm gonna give a fuck about that? Like, they're already at the point of free speech. Now, do I think it's gonna really go through? Depends, because they really relying on the midterms. Like, whoever would have thought midterms, right? Like, I never even heard of midterms until like Trump. That's when you know something is wrong. Well, we're gonna get the midterms, and then that failed, and then, you know, Trump still became president, yada yada. And now the reverse is happening. And now with the midterms, which a lot of people are tired of the Democrats. Like, a lot of people are waking up. But you still have those people who just, once again, the term I use every week, they can't see the forest for the trees. They basically want to use the excuse of like, hey, but not everybody, you know, just because you agree with it doesn't mean that, you know, that I have to agree with it. It's free speech, but you can say really messed up things. I'm like, okay, if that's too much for you, it's not for you. They making it look like people are calling for violence. And it's not. And again, thank God for the internet, because we can have that discussion. Are there people who are going to use it and do their own thing and exaggerate and, you know, fucking losers that just want to get attention? Yeah, that's going to happen. But just like there's those same type of people who go in the mall and shoot up. Are we going to close every mall now? No. And I have to use an example like that because you can't apply that to everything, but let's talk. People don't even want to talk about it no more. Some people do. And then even when you talk with them, you could tell they still are very anchored to that idea, to that liberal mind state. And hey, listen, they did a good job, man. To see full human beings with their own brain just get hypnotized, basically. Because it's basically brainwashing and hypnotizing. By the way, episode 49, one more to 50. That's crazy, right? 50 episodes. Can you believe that shit? 50 weeks, basically. So people talk so much shit about DeSantis, but like DeSantis is the only one over here that is bringing the awareness of that, basically the ministry of truth. That's what's trending on Twitter today. Maybe that shit wouldn't even trend. It would have been like, instead of top 30 or whatever, top 29, it would have been like 27, 28. But it was actually like top 5, top 10 trending topic. And it's basically like Biden kind of want to set up a fight against like disinformation to the point that they want to make it like some homeland security type of shit, or some ridiculous shit, man. Ridiculous shit. Whoever would have thought? Who would have thought? The Patriot Act, you know, gave access to people to spy on us basically at will. But damn, now the speech? Because, you know, back then you would have been like, but I have nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a terrorist. Like, oh, whatever. People will say that. And I used to agree with that. Like, at first I was like, whatever. But now when it comes to speech, it's like those days of being sarcastic is over. And people don't recognize it until it's too late. And then they want to talk about it. And it's like, by that time, I don't even want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't ruin my life now that we can be sarcastic and have dialogue when we could have had this way before it was implemented. It's crazy how I posted about the Right to Censor, which was like some wrestling group. You know, obviously wrestling is fake. So it was a group that they were talking about like censorship, about all the degenerate shit that the wrestling was doing at that time. And you know, it was fun and all that shit, but it's crazy to look forward now and see this going on. Like we're little ass kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna give adults some bullshit like that? Like, hey, listen, how many people read books or read something or see something on TV, especially CNN, that is not true? And there's nobody there saying like, hey, yo, don't listen to. Obviously, if they bring it up to somebody who knows the differences, they will tell them. But y'all not, you know, they are free to intake information that may be wrong. So now that people are coming across the truth, and there's a network of people who are speaking with each other, obviously through the internet or through an app or basically Twitter now, that Elon Musk want to take off those, you know, regulations and shit, that those specific words that will strike up a red flag and get you deleted from Twitter. That's like saying, hey, we're here to have a conversation about what's going on in the world, and then when you have the wrong opinion, whoa, you got to get out of this conversation. You can't do that. You're not calling for violence. You're just you're expressing your idea. So I know it might be too early to sound too concerned, but just remember, this is how it starts. It's just one small spark. Once they plant that seed in, they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going. Same thing with Russia, how they always was thirsty as fuck to have a beef with Russia. Only Democrats, basically. Thirsty and thirsty and thirsty. Hillary wanted that war. Whew. Biden got in there somehow, some way. He wants to get in there, but he has to hold back because everybody's like, hold up, what the fuck is going on? We're gonna go from pandemic to this? No jump? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a quick jump to it, just to jump right into it, not even a break. Like, damn, you know, pandemic, what the fuck? All right, we're gonna roll to the public the war next year. No, it was right after. It wasn't there for it was Putin, but listen, somehow there's a strategy being played that maybe we don't know about, that we're not aware of, but it's sad to see how, like, even in the recent, yesterday I believe it was, the NFL draft, just like you thought, real fast in the beginning, the intro, bring out a person from Ukraine who sings the anthem or whatever, and show those flags, remind people that it's still going on. You know what I'm saying? Remind people, because when Joe Biden again eventually gonna crack another check to them, we better just come together in solidarity with him, right? That's the idea. They keep it in our face to remind us, like, yo, this is the way we going. Remember, you know, it's bad. Remember, it's bad. So we're gonna keep cutting checks to them. Meanwhile, there's kids shooting each other across the avenues, drive-bys, broad daylight, and there's no conversation. Where's the draft speech? You know what I'm saying? Where's the Grammy speech? Where are the Black Eyed Peas singing about that? Where's the love in Ukraine? Where's the love here? And it does come off as fucked up, but hey, we have to look out for our country, right? What you think, that this is a country that just has to worry about others, and what about us? It's sad enough that even the citizens are noticing that. We're supposed to be the last one. I mean, we probably are. Because if you come across and you look behind, look in the past, who knows what they were trying to put, you know, in our faces, and we just didn't know what was better. We didn't know better. These people are going to use that, basically a task force of censorship, because they're going to say, well, they're going to attack misinformation. But what is misinformation, man? They could literally say, hey, this is what's going on, and you'd be like, that doesn't look like it's going on. Oh, whoa, misinformation, bro. You're spreading misinformation, bro. You need to get out of here. And you're like, whoa, what happened? Nope, you're out of here. That's it. That's how that game plan gonna go. And then it's gonna be too late. It's to the point that they could even be like, hey, you know what? If you spread misinformation, man, jail time, bro. And people probably will still won't move a muscle, won't say shit. It's like we live our lives on social media, but we're really living in our own bubbles, and we don't want to get bothered until the shit comes to your doorstep, which by then it's too late, and then you're gonna be the ones that are gonna be doing what I'm doing now, which is basically complaining. All I'm doing is complaining, but at least I'm seeing it ahead of the curve. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm trying to say it, but my podcast, I'm not interviewing superstars. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you the gossip of what happened on the Kim Kardashian show. I'm giving you the gossip of reality of what's about to come, like I've done before. A couple years now, people tell me, "Oh, you was right." Yeah, I was right, of course. But now what? I also have to say people became more conscious and to things that's going on around them. Obviously, probably because also my page helped, but we still have a lot to go, man. Like right now, for what's been going on, the way they went ham on Trump, and then it's like by the grace of God, God was like, all right, so y'all gonna go ham on this guy? How about the dude right after? Boom, your move. And people just lay down. Because come on now, like, as humans, how the fuck do you feel like admitting you was wrong? It's easy for me, but you could tell like that's the whole thing. It feel like it was set up like, boom, we're gonna give you the one that you need, not the one you want, but boom, then we're gonna give you the one you want. Your move. What you think about it now? You're gonna stay quiet because like, man, I thought I was right. I was wrong, man. Fuck. Well, time to be quiet. And what are they like the birds, the huge birds? What are the ostriches that just they sink their head in the ground? That's what people doing. And I always will repeat it because, and I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record every week, but I have to, man. Like people was really cocky talking shit about Trump. You feel me? They let the media brainwash them, and now they feel like shit if they have to admit it. Or they half-ass admit it. Because at the end of the day, why will I be in people's posts to be like, haha, you see, remember I told you, remember? It's not even about that. They should say that to themselves. And listen, there's a lot of things we can complain about America, but now is not the time. Because then when we lose it all, we're going to complain about America where? In this same country, but basically taken over by another country, probably China, whoever, who knows? It's going to be too late. And even if even though I'm talking all this shit here, but what would I've done? You can't just go outside with a gun. Especially in New York, you're not even allowed to have a gun. That's they trying to take away those guns in the middle of the states. All those Texas and all that shit, they hate them because of that. Because they need to take those guns away, and they will not stop using examples of possible false flags, of fake ass shootings, just to be like, you see what's going on? Now can we take your guns? Because they make it super obvious. Like the shooting goes, and right away the message of the whole shooting is just, we need to take those guns away. They'll even have the family of the deceased like, yo, we need those guns away. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, I feel for your death, bro, but we're not gonna do that. And that's why you need those rednecks, those redneck whites, because the way we got fooled, us blacks and Hispanics, the way we got fooled, especially with the COVID, especially with the president, y'all couldn't see through the bullshit. It was easy to see through the bullshit. So if we couldn't see through that, then Jesus Christ. It would have been us. We would have gave those guns away. We would have put it in a gift box. And then we're like, wait a minute. How come these people are putting mean laws? And how come we're locked up in our own houses? Look at China. They lock people in their own place, and some people are dying of starvation and all that. Allegedly, these people came out their houses to protest, and they don't give a fuck now. And that is needed. But think about that. That's why people can't really get it twisted and come over here and attack, because a lot of people have guns here. It's not like, oh, you're just fighting another person's military. No, the whole state is a military. And that was the whole idea of America. So yeah, when was America great? I understand when people say that shit, because there was racism. But there are parts that is very different from every other country. This was like a fucking experiment. To give his own people rights to have guns, you know what I mean? Now, obviously, at the end of the day, don't get it twisted. These people probably got some fucking force field technology that will be like, those bullets ain't gonna do shit. You always got to keep your mind open, but come on now, like, we have a choice. Allegedly, we have a choice, and we still fucking that up. If these people really had bad intentions for us, they would have took it away a long time ago. The fact that we don't see through the bullshit is like, God damn, I'm not even in a state where we carry guns. It's strict as hell here in New York City. But I understand, and I ain't gonna front. When I was younger, I did not. You know why? Because I was dumb as fuck. I was young. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know right from wrong. I wasn't a man yet. And the same people putting those fucked up policies are the same ones saying, hey, we should lower the voting age to 16. Why is that? We all have a brain. Why is that? Why they want to go younger? Because it's so easy to manipulate those kids. You can tell those kids, yo, today, y'all want a half a day in school? They're all going to say, yeah, obviously. And they're going to be like, all right, cool. So we're going to take this trip and we're going to protest for Ukraine. Everybody going to say, yeah, man. You think a kid going to be there and say, wait, whoa, for what? Hell no. And if that person does, the whole class is going to be like, they're going to look at them like, shut the fuck up, nigga. We leaving early. That's the thing. Y'all know me. When it comes to voting, they should give you. It should be like you taking a driver's license, CDL, some shit. You gotta do your fucking research first. Then, if you pass, you can get the vote to the right to vote. But all they gotta do is put Puff Daddy there, fucking dance and do a little jingle and say, "Yo, vote or die," and that's it. We voting, and then they're gonna be like, and then it gets to a point like with the last vote, where basically every celebrity was telling you, don't vote for Trump. Basically, they were just saying it. Basically, because what they would say, we need to get rid of bigotry. We need to vote out bigotry. What that means? What do you mean vote out? So now what? They voted in this problem right here that we doing. Now they voted in inflation and basically food shortages. Food shortages. There we go. Whoever would have thought? And it's all bullshit because they blaming COVID, which is like, I'm sorry, but it's a stronger variant of a flu. And every year we're getting a flu. And every year we're going to be coughing. There's going to be a season. And just because of that, now you're forcing people to take either a shot for their health, and if they don't, then they can't get their jobs, and then if they don't get their jobs, then job shortages, and then who's working? No trucks. No food. The people implementing that strict rule themselves are setting themselves up for failure. They're doing it on purpose. It's that sense of control. Why, if you really care about our health, all this time y'all been letting us smoke cigarettes. did y'all really care about our life? So now when y'all do, and by the way, I guess Biden's gonna put like he's gonna implement some other thing. I guess banning nicotine probably. I don't know. I haven't done that research yet, but of course they're gonna go after that now. This is becoming like Cuba. It's over. Like, they really trying to go after that. Telling people to pay their fair share. And these are the same politicians that they go in there and they come back out fucking super millionaires. And word is that Biden has millions that is unaccounted for. I don't know if that's the term, but that they can't explain where it's coming from. Yeah, because he most likely did a deal with China through his son. He's the big guy in the laptop. I told you again, once that laptop was verified, it's over. It's just a matter of time. So by November, if the Republicans win, allegedly, which I think they would, because who knows? This whole shit is a movie, man. And it's sick because people actually die behind this shit. China pushed in the COVID and they pushed in the fentanyls through the borders. Who knows? Who knows? It happened with the opium to them. In their view, they just trying to get back at us. The chicken's coming home to roost. America done a lot of bad shit. And the audacity of companies trying to ban McDonald's from Russia. When we over here bombing, doing regime changes in different countries, how come our restaurants wasn't banned? They ain't touching that money. That's money right there. You see? So when I come across all the hypocrisy, you can't blame me for thinking the way I'm thinking. And hey, shit's hitting the fan. So obviously Biden wants to speak about that college debt relief, which, by the way, these colleges, the way they charge, that's fucking predatory. And the fact that the conservatives be like, that's right, pay up. And I get it, because they trying to say, like, if they do that, the debt forgiveness, I guess it's going to come out of our money and the taxes. But shut the fuck up, man. So when it comes to America giving, of course, millions and billions to Israel and other countries, what y'all say now? Oh, no, hold up. That's our greatest ally? So who's the greatest ally? Israel or your own fucking patriots? Who got scammed by schools the way they do it? I'm telling you, it's both sides, yo. In the beginning, I was like, damn, obviously I'm Republican because I'm not a fucking lunatic lefty over here. But then at the same time, now that I'm over here with these people, when it comes to certain shit, these people be just as the liberals. And just because they're conservative, they go by what the conservative puppets tell them too. So even they be repeating what they say. There's no moral in judgment. There's no moral or judgment. Again, these people, now the conservatives want to tell the blacks and Hispanics, don't listen to the Democrats, but it's too late, motherfucker. Nah, it's not too late, but you know what I'm saying? Like now that y'all getting fucked, right? Now y'all want to tell us that. But if he wasn't never in this position, y'all would not give a fuck. And as long as I'm here, I'm gonna always repeat that shit. Because they think they fucking slick. They all want to be on some shit like they're not racist, but they all backhanded racist, especially when it came to that fucking George Floyd shit. Like you will see conservatives literally trying to justify the knee in the neck, my nigga. Like, come on now. But if we would have put one of your favorite white people and a black guys with a big ass knee on their neck, y'all would have fucking went berserk, right? This is uncalled for. When the cop shot the kid, thinking she was grabbing the taser, you have to see the comments. Rightfully so. When they put like lighten up the sentence, you should have seen the conservatives. Rightfully so. Like, yo, it's hilarious. And this is like that's why I be like, yo, this is why people say that these Republicans are racist. That's why. That's why. But what's the point when you tell the people who who you relate to, and they don't understand because they like to get their news fucking spoon fed like they fucking toddlers. Until then, these people are not gonna grow up mentally when it comes to geopolitics and what's really going on around the world. They're gonna stick to their Kim Kardashian show, their loving hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Or unless Beyonce or fucking Cardi B tells them. The ultimate smack in the face was when Cardi B was was interviewing Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, really? This is where we at? This is how low they think they could convince us. People don't even know. Like, it's so many crazy shit that they got away with, or they could get away with, that if it ain't for people coming together. Like, I just came across this article about not even an article, it was a show they were talking about, I think it was, and they were using an example of something prior that Instagram was trying to do, which was sell whatever photos we post, sell it without our consent. And then some people was like, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about? And, you know, IG rolled it back real fast. But these people will do it until you fucking find out. And then, you know, if you back them up, they will stop. Same thing with politics. Obviously, we can outnumber these people. And whatever issues we have with each other, different races, let's put that to the side right now. When we fix our shit, then we can get back to that and have a conversation. Because I also have to go at my own people too, because come on now, we complain about the hood, but we the same ones drinking a 40, leaving it there. I'm saying the 40, I'm exaggerating. Drinking a fucking bottle or whatever and leaving it there the next day. And we don't even clean up after ourselves. We living like fucking animals in our own neighborhood. I mean, people talk about like Asia, they mass submissives, you know, they submit to their government all the time, which is kind of like a little lame or whatever, but at least you see their fucking streets clean, man. Like, you don't see that bullshit that we see here. You see the fucking dirty ass neighborhood, and it's actually a reflection of the people living in there. You can't blame people when they see shit like that and they say shit like that. People from the hood can't even have a good night out, not even a night out, but a good night chilling in front of the building, because they're gonna leave that shit all there, and then that shit looks fucking crazy the next day. They don't clean up after themselves, so you living like fucking animals. Or the rent is getting high. Okay, let's get together. But no, people don't want to get together. They just want to complain about it. When all these Democrats was coming around here saying that they represent our neighborhood and giving us a bunch of fucking promises and not delivering on nothing, we let them off the hook. Then price went up, gentrification, there's all that. We're not united. Now it's getting to the point that they fighting for fucking more censorship. We seeing it happen, and we don't give a fuck. That's why sometimes I'm like, yo, we need something way, way worse than 9/11 or COVID. At least for our people to get it. All it takes is one white person to kill a black people, and a black person or Hispanic, and we have fucking massive titty attacks, and we're gonna post it everywhere. But how come you're not posting all these killings that's going on right now? There's one going on almost every day. No post. And what's worse is that I remember Joe Budden, not Biden, Budden, literally made a statement like, and I don't care people, and I don't want to hear those people that say, but blacks on black. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm like, yo, you see, this is why we're there. This is why we're there. Because as a real man, as a king, you will think like a king. And you will say, yo, hold up. Okay, yes, a white man will kill us. We need to stand up for that bullshit. but we're not gonna stand up for our own. So what? We got license. What is this? Hunting season? It's gonna stay like this? We can't say nothing. That's our mind state in the hood. You see how it is? And that's super sad. Super sad. We talk shit about the white man and the music industry, but we have hip hop that is not ours because why? We can't even have an award show, man. It becomes a fucking UFC event. I have to see you in the award show. I can't respect the people here. I have to shoot you. I have to scrap with you. Oh, this is the chance for us to meet up. We're ruining our own shit. So then for what? So we can complain and say, oh, the white people. See, it's the white people. This is why you need to have that balance. Because if I am going to talk shit about white people, but all this is going on, you think I'm going to stay quiet? Hell fucking no. Do y'all want change or y'all just want to talk about change? Like, what the fuck? People talk about, oh, they got snubbed at the Grammys. Yeah, all right, but hey, remember when we had the Source Awards and what we turned that into? If every year was a fucking beef, is that gonna make y'all money? Hell no. So then y'all gonna turn around and be like, oh, come on, Grammys, y'all snubbing us? Then shut the fuck up. We had chances that we keep fucking it up. So who the fuck is us to tell white people, give me that fucking shiny metal? They should tell us suck my dick. We lucky they don't tell us that. White people should have the Grammys and say only whites. I'm exaggerating because, you know what I'm saying, music is music, but come on now. We had our own shit. We could have made our own shit way better. It's our fucking music industry if it comes to rap. When it comes to agendas, what they use, they're gonna use hip hop. Didn't they use that shit for COVID? It fucking worked. We have a record of a music industry that we enter it. The culture is fucked up. We have no culture. We talk about the hip hop, but we don't have no culture. How come the people who started hip hop don't get paid off of it? How come the people going into hip hop don't even know who the fuck people who started hip hop, the pioneers? And they just fucking making now basically fucking special ed music, making money, and that's it. To the point that obviously since we don't have no control over that shit, these record execs, they're gonna just, switch us up every quarter. You was hot, now you're not. You was hot, now you're not. And then we're gonna go blame each other. Yeah, now you're gonna blame each other after you had the success, and then now the white man goes, okay, you're out of here. You're not the new toy anymore. You're the old toy. And how the fuck do I see this shit like this, and the rest of the people don't? And there could be changes. Nobody wants it. It's like when you have the conversation, like, yeah, that's true, yo, we should change. That shit goes back to normal. Ain't nobody mobilizing. To think how hip hop started and the way it's going on now, that we don't even, some of these artists don't even know what's the real value of a record spin because of the fucking the streaming. They changed that shit up. And we ain't say nothing. We ain't even have shit. What we gonna say? We ain't gonna do shit. These people don't even own their own masters. And they still got the balls to just fight each other for fucking bullshit ass rap lyrics that they barely get paid off. And every time there's an agenda, they use what? Hip hop. You think they use those fucking white people that's winning Grammys, Album of the Years? Hell no. That shit ain't moving nothing. But they are gonna use hip hop though. But when hip hop needs that recognition, hell no, they ain't gonna get it. But that's our fault. That easily could have been right there. Perfect timing. Oh, you white people. Nah, that's our fault. That's our fault. And we nowhere near a revolution to change shit. Nowhere near, man. Nowhere near. It's bad enough that when they were doing the riots, you have people fucking twerking in front of cops. What kind of revolution was that? These people probably set that up and said, "Oh, thank God, these people. I thought these people were ready for a revolution." Whew. All right, back to normal. These people ain't ready to do shit. We have no fight in us. Look how all these artists in music industry sold their fucking soul to tell us up to get the shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You have fucking rappers talking about how much money they have, but using their own fucking Instagram and hitting up people who were struggling to say, hey, give me $500 and I'll put you on a song with my mixtape. And that fucking mixtape has 76 fucking songs, and that was just one version of a mixtape. Then there was two versions of the version 2, volume 2 or whatever, with another fucking 50 people there. I will never forget that. And these were huge names, man. Huge names. The names that you would think that all they rap about is about how they can kill you and how much money they got. Yet they're over here fucking begging on COVID when COVID hit. You know what I mean? Come on now. Says y'all like to get spoon-fed by major news. I'm a spoon-feed y'all too. Week by week. 49 episodes in, just getting started. Oh, that's not all. How about the ill plan? The ill plan is going over our heads because we ain't doing nothing either. It takes fucking white people, the ones that we talk shit about all the time. Yeah, those white people, those are the ones fighting to tell our fucking school teachers who are fucking brainwashed also to stop grooming our kids. Telling kids from fucking first grade or second grade and beautifying how cool it is to be fucking gay. If you want to be fucking gay after you're fucking 18, after you're 18 or whatever. But when now you're trying to basically almost convince little kids that how cool it is to be and how okay it is, I take that as you want them to be gay. Because you could easily manipulate young minds. You can manipulate old minds. Imagine young ones. And to me, I connect that shit straight to pedophilia because it's becoming to a point that you can't even speak your mind against these people. You can't speak your mind. Everybody's scared to speak about them. Not me. Not on this podcast. They can shut my shit down tomorrow, and I guess I'll be like you know those people in the church in like 181st or in Fordham that they just be like, those are the real dudes though. I ain't gonna front though because shit, you got to be heavy in religion to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy this speaker, connect my microphone, and hit the corner and speak on it. Because I know there's probably mad people that pass by and threw shit at them or whatever, but they will justify that's the devil, rightfully so. Because we quick to do that. But not when it comes to people who are clearly putting an agenda in front of our eyes. But that's how it is. When you manipulate people to the point that it's like people love more violence than righteous shit, then that's what happens. You could expect that. You can expect people running up on people trying to preach the Bible, even if they don't know the real Bible, how the Bible is, man. Because these people could, you could easily manipulate the Bible. Especially people who don't know about the Bible. You could take it and manipulate it. But people trying to spread positive, and people pass by them and hate them. That's that evil spirit the TV put on y'all. Y'all the brainwash, not them. If it was a bunch of them, there would have been peace in the streets. Right? It's not rocket scientists, people. I said rocket scientists. It's not rocket science, basically. But man, you would think it is, man. You would think it is. You would think it is. They're basically trying to turn our kids gay. They use one of ours to implement it, like the Trojan horse. And who's the Trojan horse right now? Dwayne Wade. Talk about how he used to cross-dress and all that. Okay, so what? That means that your kids can come out gay. All your kids can come out gay. So that means you want our kids to come out gay. You trying to tell us like, oh, it's okay if my kids come out gay. Hey, Dwayne Wade was cross-dressing. Of course my kid. Like, no, nigga, what the fuck you doing? But this is what also happens when we don't have a strong culture. When we could be like, yo, Dwayne Wade, are you missing money? You're not missing money, right? Because hey, you won't. It's not embarrassing, bro. It's not embarrassing. So if somebody's trying to pitch you this whole agenda to turn your kids this way and don't be outspoken or whatever, listen, you don't have to go through that. You have people probably pushing that message just so they can get paid, and they're not even caring about the future of our kids. And those are the real sellouts. But you know what? Those are the people that have to deal with themselves. They have to deal with themselves and their soul. They're gonna get judged. And hey, maybe when you die, maybe nothing happens. But if it does, that's when that crying gonna kick in, huh? You're gonna cry and kick in like, damn, look all the bad shit I did. I know that bad influence I spread. Right? It is what it is. They got to deal with that shit. I thought about it. I was like, yo, hold up. It's like I came out of a long coma. I came out of this huge coma and I was like, whoa, hold up. This is what's really going on? And I was like, oh, damn. Well, I don't know how people gonna come out of this shit, because it's like by the time people kind of come out of that coma, it's like you're waist deep in quicksand now, because now you gotta get out of that. Especially when your family members or friends or whatever, you still see them in that coma, you're like, woo, this is gonna be tough. And you quickly become an outcast many times. I thank God that I still have people that kind of understand where I'm coming from, and they themselves see what I see also. If it wasn't for that, game over, man. It would have been hard, because think about it, man. Like, I just look back at myself. Imagine if I would have went back to my own self, try to tell me what I'm doing now. I would have been like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I heard this new Jay-Z song came out. So, that's my mentality back then. That's why I can compare it to like being in the coma. It's scary what's going on. They mad at Elon for buying an app because they know they fucked. They know that, Elon probably, listen, as soon as Elon allegedly, not allegedly because I saw it already. I guess I like using that word. But after Elon Musk bought Twitter, because I think it's still in the works in the 6 months, I guess he kicks in or whatever. But they must have lifted some restrictions, because people started getting followers back. Conservatives started getting like Donald Trump Jr. got like 80,000 something followers back out of nowhere. That you could tell there was certain shit you couldn't do, and if you did, off with your head. So they more worried about that, but they don't raise not even a peep about Bill Gates buying farms. Shouldn't that be more concerning? You would think, right? But hey, nope, that's not in the paper of the agenda. You could tell they were like, no, don't look over here, look over there. Tell these people why Elon Musk is buying Twitter and what that could do for Black Twitter. Can you believe that they said shit like that? They worried about Black Twitter. Listen, Black Twitter is basically, Black Twitter means like what, like blacks or whatever, Hispanics also just be there cracking jokes. They just call that Black Twitter. But look how they use now colored people to justify and be like, no, Elon Musk, remember, y'all might not have Black Twitter. This is how pathetic these people are. This is pathetic. They know that shit wasn't gonna work, so they use us. And so to see if we gonna fucking be like, oh my God, no. That shit, what was bound to happen is bound to happen. It's like everything that these people complained about flipped in a matter of months. Because when they were saying, when they kicked Trump out, oh, it's a public company, you should have thought about that. Oh, go somewhere else. All right, cool. Now Elon Musk bought it. Now what? And they showed. Listen, the internet. These people. There's some people that really be on the internet and say, like, and look at things, look through things, and they just screenshot shit, screenshot shit, I guess. And you see these posts of people thinking about like, oh, look how it was. This is how it should be. And now because it's flipped and Elon Musk bought it, now they're saying the total opposite. It's fucking crazy what's going on. And it's only going to get worse. Like, who knows? These people are not giving up at all. And that's what makes it scary, because it's like, hold up, if we're spending our time thinking about bullshit like this, free speech, then what are y'all capable of? These are the same people that was pushing Hillary Clinton and speaking about how Trump doesn't have any experience in politics. Like, do you really need that shit? Because these people have been in politics for decades. Look at Joe Biden. Decades. Is he doing a good job now? Hell fucking no. And for some weird reason, it became like, when Trump was on Twitter heavy, somehow I guess it made Democrats get on Twitter also, like, to fight him back. And they kind of, stabbed themselves in the chest, I guess, because now they want to post what they think is good policies, and they just looking stupid. So the Biden, obviously it wasn't Biden himself, probably his handlers or whatever, they go and put, just to be clear, the reason this is happening, yada yada, is because of COVID and Putin, about like inflation and all that shit. And I was like, see, there you go. You shot yourself in the foot. That stays there forever. You can't delete that shit. These people got places to dig up oil. They choose not to. And hey, just blame Putin, because they try to plunder the country. Once you see these people talking about the New World Order, like, people was talking mad shit, like, oh yeah, right. You hear these people talking about, you hear Biden say New World Order, and people still sleeping. That's when I know, like, damn, you see. But this is all worth it. Like, this had to happen. This had to happen. This has to happen. It needs to be used as an example. Because people were really full of themselves, thinking that just because they saw the news that they know what they're talking about. And now they feel like shit. They look like shit. Nah, man. They feel like shit, and they choose not to talk about it. Back in my days, I mean, not back in my days, but I was gonna say right now, like, can you blame him? And part of me like understands, man. Nobody likes to be wrong. Nobody likes to look stupid. But that's exactly what happened. You can't change that. They were all hype posting about Trump. Oh, but look at this. Oh, y'all racist. Oh, you fucking on Trump's dick. Oh, this and that. All right, cool, bet. It backfired. Praise the Most High for that, man. Because for real. Because I was like, damn, you know what? Am I wrong? Like, am I the one that's wrong? But I was like, nah, Just the fact that these people was trying to tell us, like, oh, hate this president, hate this president. I'm like, yo, hold up. Y'all never told us to hate a specific president. So I'm like, wait a minute. Is it because he's not playing ball with y'all? I'm going to keep an eye on this guy. That's how it started. I mean, when I first saw his first speech, I was like, whoa, this dude talking about like the elites and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to kill him. Oh, he's definitely not going to be president. Then when he became president, I'm like, oh, okay, so this was probably all a lie, and he's going to like do a 180 when he gets there, and he's going to probably like, you know, be one of these same elites or whatever. Yeah, right. He kept going harder. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. He's going to look crazy. And rightfully so. He looked crazy. He made the people hate him. And people are like sheep, because now you see people in the comments like, yeah, bring back Trump. Because it's just like a fucking game to them. You know? And you can tell this is why you gotta have that bullshit of like when you vote the state, but like the well, I don't know what's that fucking term. The shit that everybody likes to complain about. Like, oh, Hillary didn't win because of this. We need to change that. No, it's because you can't leave it up to us. We don't know shit. You can't leave it up to us. We would have been ruined this country, I guess. The weight of the country, you leave it in the vote? Hell no. And they should see this and know for sure this should never happen again. Like, don't ever change it. Maybe different now because the same way everybody jumped into politics, it forced people to feel like shit, and eventually I guess it makes people kind of like do their research again next time, you know, more responsibly. I guess that was the whole point of this. It felt like this shit was an experiment. I'll be telling my people, like, yo, you imagine all this is just really like a test for us to just kind of like get our shit together when it comes to politics, because maybe we're close to losing our country if we're not all on pivot and, you know, aware of what's going on. And they have to make Hillary look bad, Biden look like he's demented or in the brain fucked up. They don't know how to speak. He's giving air handshakes. All that is part of the whole simulation, I guess, exercise on us so we can get our shit together and pay attention. Who knows? These motherfuckers is you. That's why when I saw all this happen, like, how y'all gonna let Biden and all these motherfuckers, like, how come all these motherfuckers not arrested yet? Which I'll still think like that. If Trump once again comes back, yada yada, and he leaves, and these people are still free, the Hillarys and the Bushes and all these motherfuckers, and the Obamas, if these motherfuckers are still free, then oh, come on now. But until then, I guess. I was gonna say, like, yo, it's crazy how every week I gotta be about politics. Every week. I wish I could speak about different things. But at the same time, listen, like, life don't pause for nobody, man. Especially with my brother passing last week. That's why I told myself, listen, I'm still grieving, you know, grieving. But I'm still gonna do what I do every week, man. Life does not turn back 1 second. And that's just, imagine people that been through worse shit, you feel me? Like, it makes me think like, damn, you never know what somebody's going through. Cause listen, I didn't want to be at work speaking to people. You fucking crazy? And you have to do it. And then maybe, who knows, maybe people that be going through worse shit, you see them, people probably speak to them like they're fucking assholes, speak to them and shit the wrong way, and those people probably don't know how to handle it, just fucking wild out. You never know why shit happens. That's why you gotta treat people with respect, you know what I mean? Like, you never know what that next person's going through. I got a brace for the fucking funeral, which is tomorrow. I'm recording right now on a Friday. So I just gotta, praise the Most High that he gives me the strength. Gotta be there for my moms too, you know what I'm saying? Because I know she gonna flip seeing her son in the casket, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Not too many days ago, I had a really vivid dream. That's when like something. Dreams got to be something. You can't tell me like dreams is just REM and your brain just needs rest and it keeps itself occupied by having images. Yeah, that's probably it. But damn, sometimes it sure feels like dreams is something else. Like, I don't know. Because it's so weird how, like, you would not think about something, a person specifically, let's say, and it just comes to your head in your dream vividly. In this case, it was about my brother, but it wasn't even mostly about my brother, because in the dream, it's like I knew he was there. Like, I glanced at him, but I glanced at him not making it a big deal, you know what I mean? Like, let's say as if he was alive, I would be like, okay, yeah, I saw Maxie there and yada yada. My other brothers, my close friends, and then we were all chilling in the mall out of nowhere. It's just random shit. I'll be having the most random dreams, by the way. And I also dreamed that we were all having like a gathering in my old apartment, like when I used to live in the Bronx as a childhood. Specifically, like how specific? Specifically my room. Specifically, I remember looking at the angle of when you come into my room and you see the window at the end. And sometimes I'll be having like dreams that don't make no sense at all. That's embarrassing to explain. But it's just so weird, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like I've seen, like I had to deal with people passing who are close, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to as close as a brother, it feels so weird. And I don't handle death, like I said last week, I don't handle death by like wailing and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But it stays in my mind, you know what I mean? At a young age too, like this whole time you would have had thoughts of like somebody, you will see somebody age, and that's why like people be like, oh, you're old, this and that. Yo, that's a blessing. It's a blessing, man. Not a lot of people get to that age. And even getting old is a blessing, yeah, but sometimes it's like, because you imagine getting old and like even your own family doesn't want to help you because you're old. You want to go to do your places, go to places that you back in the days you didn't give a fuck, you didn't need no help, but because you old, you can't. It's not the same anymore. You have people who their job is to take care of you and they don't give a fuck really about you. Then again, people are blessed and have family members that, you live with them. And eventually until the end of your days, you know what I'm saying, with the family. Then you see people in like nursing homes that they just looking like zombies waiting for their deaths. It's tough. Like life will teach you and humble you the fuck out. And I'm saying that in my 30s, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I already see that shit. And then you do have people who just be old in their late 40s and still be up to no good. 50s still be up to no good. It's just weird how life is. Life humbled me already before, so shit, I know what this shit's capable of, man. Trust me. That's why you see people that just live their life. You know, and even though you hear people say, hey, you know, remember, don't do this, don't do that, you know, people save all their money and just die, and then you leave with nothing. And while we hear shit, hopefully my messages be heard, not even to the people of now, to the people of the future. I still have that in mind. Like, yo, I might not get views now, but what if people come across this podcast 1,000 years from now? Because listen, like I said before, if there was podcasts from people in the Roman ancient times or in the times of Egypt, no matter if it was a peasant to a king, you will still want to hear, like, yo, how that, you know, just to get the details of life back then. And all these podcasts from different people, it's gonna last forever, hopefully. You know what I mean? Like, anybody would just want to find out how was a regular day back in those days. You know what I'm saying? Just hear us complain, talk shit. And shit, if it's like that, they're gonna get a lot with this, because I'm breaking it down bit by bit, detail by detail, what's going on. Now, how my people of these times right here are really heavily brainwashed. Like, god damn. Not all, but sure is a lot. And how we might survive all this shit by the skin of our teeth, man. It took this fucking orange head dude to kind of spark the minds of people and offend people, you know, to the point that now they think they fucking geopolitic geniuses, experts, and all that shit, but they really not. They feel like shit, and eventually they're gonna think about it again next time some shit like this happens. They're gonna remember, like, damn, I remember I was wrong about Trump. You know, let me see about this dude. Let me make sure I do my research. That's how it starts. Well, that's how it should be. Because listen, at one time, I was on my ignorant shit. You feel me? And you couldn't speak to me about politics. I would have not got it. That's why, in a weird way, it's like, damn, they're trying to ruin kids early, so they won't get to the level of wisdom. You know what I mean? But therefore, I have this podcast. So if not my kids, then at least the future will hear the podcast and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This dude was on it. Think about it. People there was a lot of famous artists that never really was noticed or famous until way after their death. And then their artwork and all that shit's going for expensive as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Going expensive prices and all that shit. When the person was alive, it was worthless. So that's how I'm giving it up here. I'm not even holding my tongue. Because you should see, they made it to the point that everybody getting canceled, people are scared to speak their minds. So now people are just basically scared to talk what's really going on. Not me. That's why it's a blessing in a way that I don't have views now, because you imagine I'm fucking getting views left and right, I'm famous, yada yada, and now I gotta watch what I say because, you know, I don't know. You just never know. But anyways, let me end it right here. Pirate Radio, episode 49. Next week, episode 50. Let's go. Peace.